It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, that's not good.
So a guy goes on a date and he believes he's going to be dating a therapist, but he's really dating with a therapist present. And I thought this was just like the best reaction I should do, just because I love watching shows like this, The Beta Squad. There is a kid in me that just enjoys comedy. That's like my favorite genre. And so let's get into it. I've never seen this before. So I guess I'm going to be commenting on both the therapist and how she responds, and for me, I'm going to be responding also on the dynamics of the two people that are going to be dating. I believe this is like a random girl that he's going to be dating. So let's get into it. Let's see what happens.
Hey, buddy.
Was this your idea? No, let me get the chair for you. Was it you? Do you not understand that the internet's gonna have a field day with it?
Field day.
You look lovely. I don't know
Thank
if
you.
I'm allowed to say that. Handshake between me and you.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
So my stomach is currently doing backflips, and I was
Oh,
just.
mine's like, yeah.
But you knew you were coming.
Yeah, I did. No, I thought that if I had to spend the last like 48 hours panicking, like you can spend
You've known
it.
for 48 hours.
Yeah, I have indeed. Yeah. But I thought that
That's enough time to even probably walk to my home and then tell me in person, which would
I don't know who this is, but they seem to know each other.
have
Plenty.
been.
Yeah.
So what do we do from here? We kind of just experience.
I'm gonna let it ride, and then you can just, again, feel like the overwhelming sense of panic.
Hello.
Hello.
That's therapist.
This is the therapist, isn't it? Hi.
I'm Krista Giffen. I'm a registered associate marriage and family therapist, and I've helped so many relationships that Hallmark should be paying me residuals. I'm looking forward to working with you two today.
What does working with us mean?
Because we're not in a relationship.
It didn't work out?
I guess we're here to see if there's a chance for you to
They're exes. Oh, my favorite kind. Okay, this is going to be so good, guys.
possibly get back together, or if it's done for good.
I think that she has such a subtlety to her love, and she is just the essence of a mature, beautiful woman. And for whatever reason, I think I repel that forever. I don't know.
Yeah. I think Zach is an incredible individual. I think that he is hardworking, he's caring, and I would say that those are all the things that I hate about a man. So, no, I don't. I think that Zach and I have done a really good job at being friends, and I think that that's where we should
Keep it.
continue.
Well, no, I think we have a very positive relationship.
I agree.
But when you throw it onto the internet in such a way where scrutiny, you've heard of the internet?
I've heard of it.
So there's scrutiny on this.
So a lot of people, what are their opinions? Do they think you should get back together?
Haven't heard too many of those.
Yeah, no, no, we have not.
I'm curious, what led to the breakup?
Two souls were dancing. One was salsa dancing, one was doing the tango. Neither dance is bad, but they weren't in sync.
I think that Zach and I were put in each other's lives for a very important reason at that time. And it didn't last, and it wasn't supposed to be forever, and it wasn't supposed to be what it was.
She used to say her ex's name at dinner on accident.
Maybe we should see what we could learn from this past relationship. What do you think is the best part of Indiana, or some of the best parts about her?
She feels.
I think that's such a good question, right? So we always want to start therapy with highlighting the positives, because we know that when you're in therapy, things can get ugly real quick. Real quick. And so I love that she opened with that.
Everything. Sometimes she can't hide it. So you'll either get a firing squad, or you'll get this beautiful array of butterflies that will land on you and lift you up to the stars. I'm not good at expressing myself, and I'm not good at expressing emotions, but I was able to live vicariously through her, through the positive emotions she would have, and while seeing the beauty in the world.
Thank you. That was so nice.
I mean, she asked,
Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually
I'm wondering if when they were together, he ever complimented her as much as he just did now, because she seems genuinely surprised, or it could just be the time in which they've been apart. But
have the same question for you. What is something you really liked about him, or like?
He genuinely cares so deep about people and is very loyal to people, like to a fault sometimes. And I think that if you are on that side of him, if you are on like the inside circle of Zach, which is like hard to penetrate, but once you're there, it's like.
And thank you for penetrating me. Obviously.
okay, y'all, I did not watch this video beforehand. So sorry in advance.
I always appreciated and respected how hardworking you were. And he's also, you're not boastful about it either. You're not boastful about it either, which I think is like really rare to find in the space that we're in. It's like if you go do volunteer work, it's very like, I did volunteer work, but it's like nobody really knows.
She's saying I'm very emotionally intelligent, smart, financially responsible, really hot, but humble. God, am I humble, you know?
I love his humor. So one of the things that helps relationships, especially when you're going through difficult times, is humor. It can also hurt relationships too, right? Because if you have a partner who is just so unserious all the time, you can see where that goes wrong.
You know?
He's humble. For sure, yeah.
Do you mind if because that was a very positive thing to say to me. You mind if I just give you one of these?
Oh.
Certain cultures, that's great what I just did.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
When you used to fight, how did you fight?
We did not fight right. At all. I'm very like 0 to 100, like really quickly. And so I didn't know how to control my emotions.
Have you heard of Hiroshima?
But because Zach was he knew how to regulate, and he didn't yell and he didn't scream and he didn't blow up, I would take that as you don't care. You know what I mean? And so there was just like that miscommunication.
So what I'm hearing is this young lady, she is used to someone blowing up at her. She's used to someone interacting in a very emotionally elevated manner because that's how she knew this person cared, right? It's like, hey, you have to match my energy for me to understand that you care about me. And it sounds like his name is Zach. So I guess it sounds like Zach was very even keeled. And sometimes when you have a partner who is super emotionally elevated and one that's so even keeled, and you don't have this match up of emotions, the partner that is like always emotionally elevated might feel as if your attention is somewhere else. They might feel like you don't care, like she stated, as much, but it could be various reasons. That person could just be really emotionally regulated very well. They might have seen parents who fought fairly, or had an environment where caregivers learned how to fight fairly, maybe not in front of them. And maybe she is used to, again, this is me speculating, don't have a lot of information here, but she might be used to being in partnerships or seeing her caregivers fight a lot and then get back together. And right, it's in that getting back together where she realizes like, oh, they must care because they had this such intense blow up. We see that a lot when you have an anxious partner and maybe a secure partner, or an anxious partner. Doesn't sound like he was avoidant, right? But an anxious or a disorganized partner and a secure partner.
But I now realize that wasn't I don't care. That was just a healthier way to deal with the conflict.
Well, disagreements are not unhealthy. That's normal.
It's arguments.
Oh, then we were vegan when it came to arguments then. Now she's someone,
That's funny.
if something good happens or I need an opinion, she's someone I can go to. She's someone that understands my situation and kind of knows me inside and out.
It is really nice to have. So again, it doesn't seem like you need me here. Well done.
Dude, we're putting on so well for you right now.
No, we are.
Yeah, I would light her on fire if it was an
I would
opportunity.
completely throw him under the bus.
Well, if it's a bus that she grew up riding, then at least it wouldn't hit me for very long, you know?
You see how that switch up? I think they had fun in their relationship. I feel like they were the kind of couple that would like fight each other probably respectfully, right? But it's what kept the relationship going. It's what probably had them have common interests, right? And common goals. I can see a relationship like this though going into negative sentiment override, which I've talked about in my past videos, is where like no matter what this person does, it's always going to be bad. And that's when you start to build up less tolerance for a person's behavior or toxicity.
What?
That's fucked.
That's why I said. Yeah, I know. But it's what I believe. So this is about saying our inner truth, I think.
Okay, go for it.
I think she rides short buses.
What the fuck? What is something that you feel like we could work on in our friendship?
Maybe if you could, like, the dog that we share, if you could pick it up a little bit more often, that'd be great.
Okay. Number 1, I haven't been here for 3.5 months.
Number 2 has behavioral issues.
Number 3, my grandpa just died. So
Sorry about that.
thank you.
Sorry about. Also, my grandpa just died. Now that I think about it.
Yes.
Ooh, okay. So he felt the need to one up, right? Because he felt a little uncomfortable with the shame or guilt he had for what she just said. If I was in the room, don't know what's going to happen, so maybe she'll address it, but I would take a moment to pause here to even address what I'm seeing, right? Depending on how much rapport I've built with this couple, to say, hey, you know, I realized that you addressed that your grandfather died right after she addressed her grandfather died. Do you feel as if there's something that you needed to address that was about your grandfather that wasn't said when you guys were in the relationship or outside of the relationship? And also, right, why did you feel the need to talk about your grandfather in this space? Do you often like include yourself into spaces where maybe the attention needs to be on this said particular event before we talk about yours?
Also, I lost a grandmother in 20. Also, my uncle
You didn't
died
lose
in a
a
fire.
mother?
Grandmother. Also, my uncle died in a fire. Also, my friend died.
Also, you know, my grandpa was my favorite person in the world, and I had to hold his hand when he died. So
He's in the Outback Steakhouse in the sky. What was his last word?
this is too soon.
Howdy, mate.
Again, so this is where the uncomfortable or uncontrollable humor might get in the way of having serious conversations, because he's being completely unserious right now. But you see how he started to escalate, like this person died, this person died, this person died, which tells me that he's attention seeking. It's a lot of attention seeking going on here. Like, I don't care what you just said, let me tell you about me, right?
She's in.
You're the one that brought up.
Yeah, I did, and I thought I was ready to joke, and I'm not ready to joke about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah, let's move on.
Sorry.
That's my fault. He would have liked that possibly.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, that's not good. Man, I made her cry. I don't think I loved him. I've met him he's such a great guy.
We need a tissue.
No, I'm laughing.
This is a laughing cry, please.
Because it's so funny that I started crying so quickly.
The cape.
Okay, so she just got flooded, what we would call flooding. Like, she got emotionally flooded because it started off with sadness and she's laughing, right? Meaning that she still probably hasn't processed a lot. Grief never goes away. That's one of the emotions that we try never to fix or reduce, because grief just expresses the love and admiration you had for someone that is no longer here, right? And so the therapist says, oh, we need a tissue. It's okay. It's okay. I guess depending on the situation, I love that the therapist affirmed her to say, like, hey, it's okay. It's okay. But sometimes I wouldn't even ask, depending on the client, depends on my rapport with them. I don't know if I would say it's okay, because I also don't want that person to feel like I'm telling them to stop crying. And again, it depends on the person and culturally, if saying it's okay is culturally accepted. Because sometimes if someone's like, it's okay, it's kind of forcing them to say, or stop crying, to say like, hey, look, it's okay, you don't need to cry. I might have said something like, I see you. It's okay to say too. It's just depending on the rapport I've built with them and what's going on. I never want someone to feel like they need to stop crying. If these two were together, Zach and this young lady, Zach and this young lady, I would have said, your partner's crying. Do you think she needs a hug? Do you think she needs a tissue? Well, I understand they're separated, but this is also a friend from what I'm understanding. So I would also say, like, Zach, your friend is crying. Do you think she needs a hug? Do you think she needs a tissue? Depending on the way in which the friend/partner likes to be consoled, because it feels very isolating when you're crying. And sometimes people don't like to be touched, right? But sometimes even like a gentle touch on the back or on the knee by a loved one can help soothe the nervous system.
Cadence of which you said my grandfather passed away was like, I thought you were opening up for.
I haven't made the jokes about it yet, and I thought it was fun.
I wouldn't have never.
Oh my God, I must look psychotic right now.
You don't look psychotic. Your grandfather
No.
passed
Oh
away.
my God. Why the f did I just start crying like that?
Probably because your favorite person.
You would have like respected the joke.
Okay.
I just
sorry?
like, no, it's not your fault. Like I brought up, I thought I was fine to like, oh my God.
It's okay.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's meeting them. Kidding. Didn't know if we were still in.
This guy. Oh my gosh. I think I would have took an opportunity to pour out so much humor with Zach. like, hey, you know, do you often use humor in all times? Like, do you feel like the humor that you use is appropriate? Tell me about the humor you use and when you feel like it's appropriate versus inappropriate.
On the train.
Sometimes with my clients, I like to play games just to kind of get a feel for what they're like when they're together. So we've got a game.
I know this game.
Put a finger down.
Yeah, it's gonna.
You asked me to do that one time. Do you remember?
Okay, so I'm gonna stop here because I don't think this is gonna get any better. But I think a lot of what we saw was helpful already, just in the dynamic in this first 8 minutes of the video, what we've seen, how they interact, what I would have done as a therapist. I think the therapist did a wonderful job. Oh, someone's asked me this before. What's the difference between an associate and a licensed, right? An associate licensed clinician, so like an associate licensed professional counselor, or an associate licensed marriage and family therapist, or associate mental health counselor. Those are people who have like a temporary license because they have not passed the exam or haven't had enough clinical hours in order to be a fully licensed therapist. I don't think that these people have any less experience. Well, depending on if they don't have enough hours, obviously they don't have a less experience, but I think that they're well equipped to also help. It's just fully licensed individuals have all their hours, have passed exams to state like, hey, look, I am fully licensed and I can work with you without the supervision of somebody else, right? So when you have an associate licensed individual, they have to have supervision to go over cases with. So like myself, I'm not associate. I've been licensed for quite some time now, but I do have associates that work underneath me and I help supervise them as well. So I just want to clear that up. If you guys want to go watch the rest of the video, his name is Zach Justice. It's called Blind Dating My Ex. It popped up on my feed, so I was just like, hey, let me do a video to talk to you guys about this. But if you're enjoying any of these like breakdowns, let me know. I watch a lot of silly things. I don't watch a lot of reality TV, but I do love skits and things like this on YouTube. I'm pretty sure most of my entertainment comes from YouTube. If you look at my algorithm, it's just about like Bible and comedy. But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like button if you want to see more videos like this. If you want to have more people join the community just like you who enjoy having these conversations and breaking these things down from a clinical perspective and a Christian perspective. All right, y'all, walk good, keep the vibes high. I'll see you in the next video. So click the next video wherever it might be on this screen. All right, bye.